I mean, in what world do we think this game will have a happy ending?
In no world.
Right?
In the metaverse somewhere is going to have a happy ending, but you cannot create these type of games at these type of events and not feel like you're going to get some type of feedback. It's going to be negative. It's not going to go well. It's not going to go well. I knew it.
It's not going to go well. And when Kenya says, I mean, she's come out and say like, listen, like, I just want to have a fun season. I want to pass the baton, let Marlo be the villain, let whoever, I don't want to be the villain this season. I just want to enjoy myself. I mean, is Kenya capable of that, of just kind of saying this is a fun season?
To be honest with you, this was a fun season. It was a really, really fun season until it was no longer fun. Right. But I think Kenya, this is the first time you guys are going to see me and Kenya not tear each other down, not really, not argue or, try to belittle each other or, any of that. And I really genuinely love Kenya. I saw a different side of her. But you know what? Since she said Brooklyn, I've seen a different side of her, a softer side, a more relatable side. And I like it.
You really think like Brooklyn kind of changed things for her?
Oh, absolutely. Becoming a mom, I mean, it's just, it takes you, I mean, you have to have that compassion. And there's things that you didn't maybe know you had in you, where you always felt like you had to be this fighter. And I feel like Kenya tapped into something inside that it's probably always been there. Shereé just never saw it.
I think a lot of us didn't see it, Shereé.
Yeah, and she's fun. She's fun. She loves to laugh. Who knew?
I never thought I would see the day where Miss Kenya Moore got the exclusive tour of Chateau Shereé. So, I mean, that I never thought I would see.
I never thought I would give it to her.
Have you got as an extensive tour of Moore Manor?
No, I have not been invited back.
We got to make that happen, Shereé.
You got to make that happen. I don't know why. I've been, trying to be a really good friend to her, but I know she has a lot going on. But hopefully, I'll get an invite soon.
I hope so too. I actually hope so too. What about, was there anything that shocked you this season? Like any, like we see like in the trailer, like, Kandi's been such a proponent of Marlo's peach over the years. We see like they kind of have some, some issues that are going to develop later in the season. Was there anything that shocked you, having been here multiple times before?
Yeah. So I've also been a proponent of Marlo getting her peach. Anybody who's asked me in the past, I've always said that I think Marlo deserves a peach because she's definitely put in the work. What has shocked me this season? Oh my gosh, a lot has shocked me this season. These girls, they go low. They go so low. That is one thing that we didn't do in the past. The OGs, I mean, even though we may know a lot of information about the other, we didn't really put it on national TV or voice that on national TV. These girls, they're in the gutter. They are low, 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 like they're cutting to the white meat. And that was really shocking. And it's shocking that, I mean, you guys are gonna be shocked. I was shocked. I know in editing, they have to cut so much out. They really need to, that one argument, it could be 2 episodes, honey.
Between Kandi and Marlo?
Between Kandi and Marlo, between Marlo and Kenya. Even the scene with Drew and I, they cut so much of that. They cut so much of that out.
Like what? Like what was cut out?
She was really hitting below the belt. She was trying to hit below the belt. It got, she really, really loud. She wouldn't let me talk. And that's when I said, can you shut the fuck up? That was because she was literally talking, like one of those people that like to, she want to throw everything out that she wants to say. And then when I get ready to talk, she's talking over me or, trying to scream over me so I can't really get my point across. And it got really, really loud. And, everybody was there like, even when I talked about what Anthony had said, to me, and I said, I'm sure he said the same to you, like where he's talked about pretty much everybody in this group. And he's told me so much stuff about you and your husband and your personal business. And everybody's like, well, what did he say, Shereé? What did he say? And I was like, well, that's not who I am. I would never repeat what he said unless I know it to be a fact. She keeps going, and she would not let it die. So then it finally comes out, and she runs with it for the rest of the season. I guess she has nothing else to talk about.
The whole thing that, quote unquote, Ralph is gay, that Anthony said this.
Yeah.
Do you notice that as a change in Housewives? Because that's what, people have said, in the sense that there is this consensus in the old days that, like you wouldn't go below the belt, like children are off limits, like real business, like you all know secrets about each other, sure.
Mm-hmm.
And being in this world, I know some of this stuff. And then you're like, but we would never say this on air just because this is really going to cut someone. This is big. It's bigger than the show. Right.
Yeah, right.
And now it just seems that's not the case anymore.
It's not the case anymore. It's not the case. And it gets ugly. It gets ugly.
Well, that sounds like something that the fans will enjoy watching.
Yeah.
Well, we've also learned, we're seeing more of your story this season. We've been with you for so long, but, we've also had like, quote unquote, Tyrone in our lives forever.
Mm-hmm.
We see like the scene that's coming up where now look, it also made headlines when you guys were filming, as far as, it came out. I'm sure you saw the headlines that like Tyrone couldn't film this scene because like it would violate his parole, I believe. And then, now it looks like you were, stood up in the scene. Like, talk to me about all of that.
That's the thing. I mean, I can't go too much into it, because it's not shown yet, but there is no way that I would ride with somebody or wait for somebody or, just be this patient because I don't. Look at me. Like, I really don't have to wait for somebody in prison for X amount of no years. You know what I'm saying? So for him or people to insinuate that I try to set him up, like, how do I benefit from that? What do I get out of that? That's not even me. That's not my character. That's nothing that I would ever, even my worst enemy, I don't wish negative or bad things upon them. So that was really hurtful for me. But yeah, you'll see that scene coming up. I'm excited for you guys to really see me in, relationship. And they have not shown a lot thus far. Like, we've had lots of conversations up to this point, but they really haven't shown a lot. So I'm not really how they're doing editing, but hopefully, they'll show a little more, coming up. But it was a lot that they've cut out. Like, we were literally on the phone on FaceTime every time I taped.
Wow.
But you don't see that. Yeah.
And this will air after that scene anyway. So, but you guys, right, there was just a lot of like the phone calls and all of this back and forth, like while you were filming, that we just, it looks like it got cut.
Yeah, just got cut. And, the part about the probation, that's something that he and I never talked about. I was under the impression that he was good as long as he was in the house by 9 p.m. And that's what he always told me. So even when I'm, going to Philly, visiting, I mean, we're at all these restaurants. We're going to restaurants. We're going to bars. We're hanging out.